Hey, what's up? I'm Al Cox. I play games, make games, and everything in between. And today we are checking out WiggleXY built with Buildbox. Now, before I begin, don't forget to like and subscribe as I put out videos daily. WiggleXY was created with Buildbox. It looks like they were using the scaling properties within the UI. Everything on my screen is currently smushed, and that's because I'm using the latest iPhone. I found the best way to deal with all the objects on the menu screen is to not select stick in place. Keep that unselected always. It seems like that would be really helpful, and to be fair, it would be if nobody had the latest iPhone, because essentially what it will do is just squish everything together. Checking that checkbox is supposed to keep everything in place. The problem is the latest iPhone has a thinner width and longer height. Buildbox just doesn't know how to deal with that. Make sure you keep all those things unchecked, and then when you're testing it, be sure to test the iPad, the iPhone 4, and the iPhone X. You want to test everything all the time, otherwise things will just not look the way they intended, and that's just a shame. Super cool animation, good job. This was definitely not done in Buildbox, but was done outside. Maybe it could have been done in Buildbox, it just would have taken a lot of time. So we got insane and stage select. I'm gonna go to stage select because I find that that's usually a great way to get an understanding of the game before going insane. So these are all the levels locked, and again you can see stage 1, stage 2, stage 3 does not appear on my phone, and that is probably because some of these items are set to lock in place. Buildbox just gets confused if you use our iPhone X. Avoid the obstacles. Okay, so we got some cool animations. This is basically a tapping game. Tap and slide. Looks like they're trying to do tap and slide. So that cool use of shadows. Shadows do get tricky when you have spawning objects. Okay, very simple first stage. It's like swipe and tap. Usually these mechanics don't work well together. I feel like there's two character buttons on top of each other trying to control how the character moves. I've definitely played around with this before, but I could never get it to successfully work the way I wanted to. Here it's not so bad, but it's also not great. Yeah, because I need to move left, but it keeps moving right. Okay, so I think actually maybe it's the tap left and tap right. It is tap left, tap right. I didn't know that. And I can see now that the images on the bottom, we're trying to highlight that. It just makes me wish that the thumbs were moving in that images, because that would do that next level of communication. Just kind of like that beach ball was bouncing, moving the thumbs. Now it makes sense to me, and hopefully I'll be amazing. The shadows from the coins can be weird. Shadows and light work interestingly in Buildbox. I know if you have an object that doesn't exist but will spawn, that object will have shadows even though it doesn't exist at the moment. Always keep an eye on the shadows. And that's why you see like lines coming from the coins. What? I totally beat that level. It's tough. Alright, I wanted to check out home. Now let's check out insane. So insane, I suspect, is just the endless. Ooh, that was actually super difficult. The shadows look amazing. Yeah, the game can get difficult and replay is not an option. I will check it out. This is WiggleXY. Still got a couple of bugs in it, it looks like. Great use of shadows, levels. I think there could be something better in the beginning to just help explain tap left, tap right. This could be just because I play single tapping games all the time, but I play a lot of games all the time. Whenever you can be extra helpful to help players understand how to play the game initially, you put some extra thought into it. The little fingers I see now, that makes sense, but originally it didn't make sense because I guess I just wasn't thinking. I was just playing a game like I play most of my games with one hand. And after I kept dying and didn't understand why, then I was able to see why. It's always a challenge. Got to figure it out along the way. Check it out, links down below, and I will see you next time.